Today we're going to take a look at how to extend our screen onto a second monitor for the purpose of online remote teaching. What I have here in front of me is my MacBook, and what I also have here in front of me is a spare computer monitor. Now this can also be a TV or a interactive display board. Either way, they're all going to serve the same purpose for today's video. So what I'll notice first here is coming out of my monitor, I have a HDMI cable. If your TV or your monitor or your interactive display has an HDMI input, I highly recommend you use it over a VGA, which is the little blue plugs with all the pins that we're so used to seeing. The HDMI is going to give you a much better connection and a much better picture quality on your display. So my MacBook here, unfortunately, does not have a HDMI output for me to connect to this monitor. Luckily, if you're a teacher at Riverside Middle School, you have received an adapter cable that adapts HDMI to mini display. So this is what's going to allow you to connect your computer to the external monitor. So what I'm going to do here is I will take my adapter, I will take my HDMI cable, and I will make this connection here. Once I do that, I will take the display port end of my adapter and I will plug it into the side of my computer here. Your computer may be slightly different as to the location of your display. It may be on the other side, I'm not sure, but look for it and it should be there. So now that I've made this connection here, one of two things is going to happen. The first one could be exactly what happened here with mine. You'll notice that my computer screen and my external display are both showing the exact same thing. This is called mirror display. So anything I do on this screen is happening at the exact same time on this screen. Now this can be a very useful tool, but this is not what we want for today's video. What we want for today's video is we want to make this screen an extension of this screen, and we can fix that very easily. If you plugged in, your computer may have already gone into the extended display, but for those of you who didn't, let me show you how to make that change. So you'll notice here in the top left corner of our Mac, we have our little apple. We get a drop down menu. We are going to go down to System Preferences. This is going to bring up this window here with all our options. We're going to look for Display, which is going to be the one down here with the little monitor. And that brings us to this window here. Now, you'll notice my window has 1, 2, 3, 4 little different tabs that I can pick from up here. If you're not connected to an external display, you may only see 3 tabs up here. But since I am connected, I do have 4 tabs. I'm going to click on the one that says Arrangement. That is going to change my window a little bit, and then on the bottom left corner here, I'll notice that I have a box that's checked off that says Mirror Display. I am going to go ahead and uncheck that box, and that is going to put me in extended display mode. So now, although my two monitors do look somewhat similar, you'll notice there is a difference. They're not showing the same thing. You'll notice my mouse here. If I go left and I keep going left, my mouse disappears. Where did it go? Right? So if I keep going left, you're going to notice that my mouse is going to appear on my screen up here now. So basically what we've done here is we have extended our display. So the best way for me to try to explain this is we have taken your screen on your computer and we have stretched it out all the way over to this computer. So it's like we have one giant screen all the way across. And I'll show you how that works here in just a little bit. Now, let's say that your monitor, instead of being to the left of your computer, is actually going to be on the right of your computer. All we need to do there is go here to our Arrangement tab again, and we can take this screen, the bigger screen, which is our external display, click it, and we can drag it to the right. That will now change the orientation of my screens. So in order for me to get to my extended screen, you'll notice if I go left, it stops there. If I go right, it'll keep going, and now it will appear on my other screen. Right? But because my screen is set up to the left of my computer, I'm going to keep my setting the way I had it. I'm going to take my extended screen here, and I'm going to drag it to the left. And now you'll notice I've gone ahead and fixed that. Okay. Now, one little thing is, you'll notice I have my bar down here. You'll notice I have my desktop icons here. That is because this screen is designated as my desktop, and the way I designated desktop is with this little white bar up here. If I take the little white bar and I click it, I can move that white bar to the bigger screen, and now you'll notice my desktop icons are gone here, and they have moved to my other screen. Not something I recommend. I mean, if you have a use for it, I definitely suggest you make that change. For me though, I prefer my desktop to be on my actual computer screen. All right, so now we've gone ahead and gone into our extended display mode. So how does this work? Very simple. I'm going to open a Chrome browser here. You'll notice it opens by default on my desktop screen. Okay, I can take this browser and I can shoot it over by dragging it to my extended screen. I can click it, hold it, and I can drag it all the way to the right back to my desktop. All right. If I open up a new tab, I can grab a new tab, separate it from the Chrome browser, and I can now drag that tab over here to my extended screen. Okay, so I have two different tabs open on the same computer being displayed on two different screens. And if I want to manipulate one, I just drag my mouse over to it, and I can manipulate it there. You'll notice it's only happening on the one screen here. And if I want to manipulate my other tab, I drag my mouse over to my extended screen, and now I can manipulate it. Now right now they do look the same because I'm displaying two different tabs, but let me show you here. Let's say I am going to be running my class for today. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my Google Classroom. Notice it's only going to happen on my one computer. I'm sorry, on my one screen here, my desktop screen. I'm in my Google Classroom. Notice I still have a standalone browser over here. I'm going to go ahead and open up one of my classes here. I'm going to go ahead and launch my Meet. I've joined my Meet. I'm inside my Meet for the day for my class, and I still have my standalone browser over here. Okay, so now I can see some of the gears turning in your head. I can run my Google Meet on my computer, and I can have all my instructional material for the day. Anything that I'm presenting, anything that I'm teaching, I can have on my extended screen. So while I'm manipulating my lesson over here for the day, I can still have eyes on my Google Meet without having to switch back and forth between tabs. Okay, so I've got my Google Meet. That's all set up and ready to go. Students will start coming in here in a little bit. On my extended screen, I'm going to go ahead and start preparing my lesson for the day. I'm going to go to Google Slides. I'm going to go ahead and launch whatever it is that I'm going to be presenting to my class for the day. I have both things going on simultaneously on the same computer on two separate screens. Okay, let's say I'm ready to start presenting. I will go down here to present now. I'm going to select present your entire screen, and you'll notice I have two options here. I have screen 1 and screen 2. By looking at it, you can tell that screen 1 is my desktop where my Google Meet is happening, and on screen 2 is my Google slide presentation. I'm going to select screen 2 and share. So now, while my computer goes into present mode, you'll notice I am presenting to my class. This is what they are looking at. That's what my class is seeing. That's my presentation screen. Okay? I can come over here. I can move stuff around. I can change to a different slide. And while that's happening, you'll notice my Google Meet is not changing. So I'm able to teach my class from one computer on 2 separate screens while always maintaining my Google Meet on my screen. I can see my chat. I can keep that open. And while I'm working over here, should a question pop up in my chat, I'll be able to see it. No more do you need to have 2 separate computers to log into your Google Meet and mess with the microphone and the audio options and have that horrible echo. You can do everything from one computer using a spare computer monitor, a TV, or an interactive display via HDMI using the display adapter that we provided to you. Okay, once you're done for the day, you can go ahead and close whatever windows you were working on there, close whatever windows you were working on here, go ahead and unplug, and you're done. Close your computer and take it home. You come in the next day, you plug in, and you're going to notice my computer should remember my settings from the previous day, so I am in extended screen. And the way I know is when I take my mouse and I drag it to the left, it shows up on this screen, and when I drag it back to the right, it shows up on this screen. I launch a Chrome tab, it only shows up on one screen. I can take it, click it, hold it, drag it to the other screen. I hope this video was helpful. Please make sure to like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications for any of my future videos. Thank you.